term affordable luxury is overused a lot in the watch industry. However, today we're going to take a look at a PRX, and I really do believe that the PRX is truly affordable luxury. The watches that Tissot make in the PRX lineup are really way better than any other watch in its price point. $675 gets you an amazing bracelet, a Powermatic 80, and an incredible dial. Today we're going to take a look at the ice blue version of the PRX Powermatic 80. It is gorgeous. There's a lot of hype around this dial color right now in general throughout the watch industry. However, they really executed this dial perfectly. It's a great color and it is really very dynamic. I'll do plenty of close-ups and macro images for you guys to take a look at. So let's flip the camera and take a look hands-on at the new PRX Ice Blue Powermatic 80. Tissot are really leaning into the PRX lineup of watches, and there's a really good reason for that. They are very, very popular with new collectors and seasoned collectors alike. And they've come out with a bunch of new versions. They've come out with a chronograph version, but they've also come out with strap versions, so leather straps, rubber straps. The rubber strap just recently came out, and they came out with a bunch of different colors for the dials as well. This is one of the hottest new colors that they've come out with. It is the baby blue version, or ice blue is what they are calling it. It's not a Tiffany blue, it's a little bit different, but I think this is a really great dial, especially since it has that hobnail pattern that the Powermatic 80 gets. And this is a very dynamic dial. So you have a sunburst pattern, and then you have that hobnail pattern as well. You're getting sort of a baby blue, silver, white color from it. And in sunlight, it really does come alive, and I'll do close-ups of it. The dial is loomed, so you do get loomed indices. The hands are loomed. You have stick hands on here. Decently applied with loom, not incredible, but we will do a loom shot towards the end. It just says Tissot below the 12 o'clock, and above the 6 o'clock index, it says PRX and Powermatic 80. The dial is what this watch is all about. It's $675. It costs the exact same as all the other PRXs. However, this is just sort of a hot color right now, and with good reason. This is a really beautiful dial. One of the best dials from a PRX that you can get, period. It is really just that nice. You have a date at the 3 o'clock. There's a surround around that. It's a metallic surround, and you don't get a color match date wheel. It is white. You also get, of course, the Powermatic 80, which you can see from the display case back. It is slightly decorated. There's a little wave pattern on it. Doesn't look bad. I always love the Powermatic 80. And I don't think it's that terrible to look at. It's not like looking at an NH34 or something like that. You get 100 meters of water resistance with this watch. It is a real sports watch that you could definitely wear every day. You get quick release on the bracelet, and the bracelet is always impressive with a PRX. Every time I have a PRX in for review, I am always impressed. And I actually purchased this watch. I paid full price, $675 from the Tissot website directly. It's the first time I ever purchased directly from them. It's actually pretty smooth, I have to be honest. It came very quickly. Just, you know, overall impressed with the transaction. I thought it went well. But here it is. I mean, the bracelet on here is one of my favorite aspects of the PRX. You have a flat link bracelet. It doesn't have any polished edges or anything like that, but it feels perfect. It's fluid, and it is just buttery. It's a lot better than bracelets that you would get on much more expensive watches. Also, you do get polished. There is polished edges here. It's just between each one of the links. I'll do close-ups so you can see what I'm talking about. It's a beautiful bracelet. There's a little bit of polishing, and it makes it look a little bit dynamic. It feels beautiful, and I really do love it. It is push pin, so something to keep in mind. There are no screws. I don't know if they'll ever upgrade it. Because it's a thin bracelet, I think it would be very, very hard for them to do that. The case is great on this watch as well. You just have a polished edge. It's a flat case. It reminds me of my Vacheron. It reminds me of a Royal Oak. It has a very sort of similar aesthetic to those watches. Obviously not unintentional, I would say. Although this watch came from the 70s. It was its own design. If you see a vintage version of this watch, it looks very similar. to this modern version. The case itself is basically flat, and then you have a raised bezel, which is polished, sapphire crystal, sign crown, which is kind of small, with that Tissot logo, the T logo, and that's it. The back of the case is polished, and you have brushing on the case back itself. That's really it. And the bracelet itself is basically all brushed as well, except for that polished edge. You have a butterfly clasp. You do get half links. There is obviously no micro adjust with a butterfly clasp. It's a little bit hard to do that, so you do get 2 half links. So you could probably get a decent fit with this watch for most wrists. It fits me perfectly fine. I have a 7.5 inch wrist. I'll show it to you on my wrist in just a second. But quickly, let's do some very basic measurements, and then we will do a loom shot because there is loom on this watch. And then we'll wrap up the video. I've done many videos for the PRX. I just wanted to show you guys this color. Again, it's a watch that I bought. These are selling for well over list price on eBay right now. Do not go to eBay to buy this watch. They're currently available at Tissot on the Tissot website. Go there and you can buy one pretty damn easily, and they ship pretty quickly. I was actually very impressed. It's a 40mm watch, so it comes out to like 39 and change depending on where you actually grab it on the case. So it's just about 40mm. The lug to lug, since you do have male end links, it's not really even male end links. It's actually female end links, but they act like a male end link because it sits on the case, so it doesn't really give you an accurate reading of the lug to lug on their website. It's 50.7, and really it's almost impossible to get it at the case, but at the case it's like 45, somewhere around there, but you get the idea. So it's gonna wear like that 50mm lug span. So this will wear bigger than a 40mm watch. 4.9mm on the crown, which is very small. You do have a flat sapphire crystal and a flat sapphire crystal in the back, so both sides get a sapphire crystal, 11mm thick, which is a very good thickness for a watch with 100 meters of water resistance and an automatic Powermatic 80 movement inside. So very quickly, I'm going to throw it on my 7.5 inch wrist, then we'll do a very quick loom shot and wrap up the video. Today I have on my newest purchase, which is also an integrated bracelet watch. This is an Ingenieur, and this is a phenomenal watch. But you can see there's actually similarities between the PRX and this watch, which was originally designed by Gerald Genta. And obviously this watch, the PRX, takes a lot of inspiration from Gerald Genta watches. And you could see a lot of the similarities in the shape of the case, the basic shape of the case. Obviously these are very, very different watches, but you can see a little bit of that and inspiration still in this larger, much larger Ingenieur. But here it is on my 7.5 inch wrist. I've been wearing this watch. I actually posted it on my Instagram a few times already. It is gorgeous. It's a really good looking watch. I actually wore this watch. I've been wearing the Ingenieur for a few days. I haven't gotten many compliments on it, which it's a big brash watch. It's very noticeable. I wore this for 2 days and I got a ton of compliments on my watch from people who are not watch collectors. It's just noticeable and it looks just classy and really elegant on your wrist. I have a 7.5 inch wrist, as I mentioned. The lug to lug does not bother my wrist whatsoever, but you can see those end links sort of right there are to the edge of my wrist. So if you have a small wrist, this is not going to work for you. But if you have a medium sized wrist, this is a really good size. If you have a smaller wrist, I would definitely go for the 35mm version of the PRX. Hopefully they come out with an automatic version this year. Anyway, very quickly, a very quick loom shot and we'll wrap up the video. Now, I have to look back at previous videos that I did with the PRX, but I believe that there were only dots of loom for each one of the indices. Now, I don't remember that. I could be completely wrong. However, this might have been upgraded for this year. And like I said, I'll check back and try and see if that was the case. But you do have a little bit of loom on each one of the indices. It's not incredibly applied. It's very lightly applied. The hands are decently applied, but again, nothing too crazy. This is a dress watch. It's an everyday watch. So the fact that it has loom is great and it looks pretty good. It's legible in the dark if you need to read it. Obviously you don't have any loom on the second hand, so you're not gonna see that it's working in the dark, but the hands will be sort of a little bit bright and you'll be able to read it in the dark. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I know this is sort of a hype watch right now for the PRX, but it's just because of the color of the dial. But I genuinely think this is a great color. It's not just a Tiffany blue, it's something they did a little bit different. They came out with a Tiffany blue. It's the quartz version that they did a Tiffany blue in. That looks beautiful as well. I have to tell you, that's a great watch. This is a little bit different, but the dial on here is way more dynamic than the quartz version because of the pattern on the dial, that hobnail pattern plus that additional sunburst pattern. It gives you silver, it gives you white, it gives you blue, it gives you all these different sort of hues of those colors, and it looks phenomenal, especially when you are in natural light. It looks beautiful. But tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. What do you think of this watch? What do you think of the PRX lineup? What do you think of what Tissot are doing? What do you hope that they do next? Tell me down in the comment section below. I have a wish list for the PRX. I know a lot of people do as well. It's $675. That's what I paid, plus tax and free shipping on Tissot. They have a return policy that's pretty good as well. If you are concerned about not liking the watch, check them out. I'm not paid by them. I'm just telling you that it's available there. I'd prefer that you go there rather than eBay and pay overpriced for this watch. So definitely check them out if you are interested in this watch. They also have the new Diver 40mm Tissot C-Star 1000. That's a watch that I might buy from them because they had that in stock already. And I really am interested in seeing that hands-on as well. So tell me what you guys think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It's super helpful for the channel and I very much appreciate it. Anyway guys, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you in the next video.